Batman issue 16, which is written by Tom King and art by the returning David Finch. This is the start of the new arc. This is I Am Bane, part 1. And we had a Batman-themed fast food place in which the 3 current remaining Robins all order burgers from. Damien's pissed that he's got a Happy Meal, and Batman eats his burger with a knife and a fork. Discuss.
I love this.
Yeah.
I loved every single bit of this issue. Well, barring maybe the last
this
page.
This is the stuff. But... Yeah. This is what King does great. It's the interpersonal stuff. And I'd much rather read this type than what we have been getting. That's just focused on Batman, because I like his sassy Alfred. And I like
Sassy Alfred's good.
I just love anything that we get Dick and Damien together.
Oh yeah, I love this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still think I like Rooftops and maybe I Am Suicide more. So far, this is only one issue, but this was a lot of fun. This was a nice change of pace because it's been so brooding and moody and dark. And well, there's a little bit of this in at the end because obviously Batman, like Bruce is a complete dick in this issue because he's worried about Bane coming for them and all and damaging them, and he's a proper dick. But other than that, it is such a fun issue. Everything else is just firing comedy off and all cylinders.
Other than Rooftops, which I'm not sure about, this is also this I definitely prefer over all of I Am Suicide.
All right. We got a
again, it's hard to judge because one issue into I Am Suicide, I was down.
Well, I just mean this issue versus any issue from that arc. I prefer this.
Yeah, I don't. I like the style of that more. Obviously, the art I think was better. Although Finch is still doing the best stuff that I've seen Finch do.
It's still his faces are a little awkward. I think they're always faces look a little rushed.
Yeah, so there's a.
Yeah, I think that's just a style.
It is
anymore. I just accept it. Like this is what you're gonna get with Finch.
Yeah. So the issue starts with this weird assassination attempt where Tiger jumps in and helps out Batman. I really like these few pages because there was no dialogue for a good few of them.
Yeah, and I had no idea what was going on though. I had to go back and read it like 4 times.
Really?
Yeah, just because I was like, wait, why is Tiger attacking Batman? Like, you know.
No, I got it. I mean, I know it was meant to kind of look like that at first, but it's obviously like a little twist that he's actually protecting him from the.
Yeah. But until I got to the next page, I was like, why? What, did I miss something? Am I missing a page here? And then when I got it, and I was like, well, I just wasted 4 reads going back over this.
It was so simple.
Yeah. So then it's worth going to the next page first and just seeing if they clarify it before you go back and obsess over it. Before we move on, so obviously after that scene, it sets up the whole. He's going to use Psycho Pirate to help Gotham Girl. It's going to take a week or whatever he says. So we get to the Bat Burger, the restaurant. I'm on the page here with the menu. I just want to read out the menu for your amusement and just thoughts. Obviously, all the burgers are Bat related because he's obviously the main character, and that's the thing. We got Bat Burger Deluxe, Bat Burger Deluxe Oversized, Bat Might Meals. Well, the kids menu.
The kids, obviously.
Yeah. We have Night Wings.
So good.
We have
no. Never trust wings from a fast food establishment.
I'm not saying I'd eat them. I'm saying they deserve props for the name.
We have Robin Nuggets. We have KGBLT. I like that one.
So good.
Yeah, that one's good.
We have Riddle Me Fish. We have Killer.
Which is it? Fish?
That's how they get out of the lawsuits.
Exactly.
Killer Croquet. Monsieur, sorry. Two-Face Sandwich. And Ivy Salad, and then in sort of like written over it says not poison, just to let people know that it's not going to poison them. Oh dear.
Yes. Do you want to jokerize those fries?
And do you want to jokerize those fries? Yeah. Which is not larging them. It's actually adding a seasoning to give it some spice.
Yeah.
Just pointing those out. So every part of this was.
And I love how they give Jason crap for getting the jokerized fries. So like out of anybody, you should stay away from it. He's like,
as he says, it's like I know I shouldn't after the crowbar, but I love them.
Yeah, and then the running gag where Damien's like, "Oh, this better not be a Red Hood. This better not be a Red Hood. Oh, it's a Red Hood."
Yeah.
I just like when they're like, "Gonna kill you again."
Yeah, all this stuff's great. Obviously, I love that Duke's kind of like, no, I'm going to respect the Batman and respect his wishes to leave the city and not get interfere. And like,
I love how all the Robins are like, nerd.
yeah, really.
Yeah.
This is what being a Robin is. We're going to not listen to him. This
He's
is
like,
what we're here
good
for.
job, I'm not a bloody Robin then, isn't it?
Yeah. He's a lark.
God, you sounded so English there.
I really did. I noticed after I said it.
Good
It was
job,
not
not-
intentional.
Good job I'm not a bloody Robin, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
It's not intentional.
That's more like a squire, right?
Yeah, dear.
Is it Robin? British Robin? No? Nothing? All right.
I got it.
I got it. Yeah.
Nothing to see here. Move on.
Yeah. Now,
This was just so much fun.
I enjoyed the Catwoman scene. He goes over to, because the signal's on. He goes to see who's there. He's thinking obviously it's going to be Gordon. It ends up being Catwoman. I like this scene on its own. I do think it's a bit weird that this scene's in this issue immediately after the last two-parter, where the whole point was she left at the end.
Well, she left him at the end. That's how I always took that.
Yeah, but she calls him back in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never took it as she was leaving Gotham. I think she just told him she was leaving so he'd stop hunting.
All right,
But
okay.
we all know he's not going to because that's what he does. She runs, he chases. That was up 2 issues.
No, it was
Beat over the head.
it was the end when she said to Alfred that tell him it was the street or whatever, and she
Yeah.
leaves. It felt like a goodbye for a while. I thought there'd be an arc between her coming back, but I'm not complaining because the scene's good and I like Catwoman.
Yeah.
But
I also thought Finch's count, and just her first panel looks a little bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I don't know what it is, but she just
The
looks a
posing.
bit off. It might be
Yeah.
the posing, her arm maybe.
I will say this about Finch's art though. Like, as much as I've never typically liked it, I do think the I Am Gotham and in this, it's kind of like, yeah, there's like some stuff to nitpick, there's some stuff to complain about, but it's like a solid 7.5 still, maybe an 8.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like,
It's good.
even that following page, there's Batman talking to Catwoman. It's kind of angled upwards. Batman looks great, and then a little bit further down, you got Jim and the cops breaking through the door with the
It's-
guns out. It looks fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's more refined than his stuff in like Forever Evil, where he was just drawing every character. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's better when he's, reined in and he only has to draw Batman,
And he's got the time
others.
to work on it.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's had a few months and to get ahead of all this, and I think he's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. And especially after seeing Capullo being like the only artist for the longest time, I kind of like that we get breaks. Like, we can enjoy Finch, and then Janin comes in, and then we get some guest artists. And
Do you know what I
it's-
like
it's a nice
especially
rotation.
about this is I like that more so with this one than the other double shipping books is this one's actually, because as much as I love all the artists in Green Arrow, I really wish they did what this did in the sense that they say, right, this artist is for this arc and this entire arc is the one artist.
Because
I
it
think
affects
that was
the
the
tone.
original plan for most books. It just kind of got swept away pretty quickly.
But Batman, they've done a really good job of making sure that they've done this. So so obviously Gordon comes out and Batman has a kind of a little, forgive the pun, catty moment with Gordon, where Gordon he's like, you could have helped us catch Catwoman, she got away there, because obviously they still think she's a criminal and needs to be taken in.
Right.
And he's like, you're right, I could have. And I'm like, this goes back to me thinking, because between this and then the scene with the Bat restaurant, like I'm like, Bruce, you're being such a dick in this issue, but I like it because he's in the place where he's worried about stuff after Tim as well. Like I get why he's like this. He's in a really
Anxious
bad place.
Batman. This is how I'm going to take it from now on. When Batman's anxious, he's Miller's Batman. He's just yelling and rageful,
That's
but
okay
when
though, because that makes sense.
Yeah,
And-
but when he's more relaxed, he's everyone else's Batman.
And when he's horribly written, he's Zack Snyder's Batman.
Oh, well, let's not.
I'm not even
let's
sure that deserves to be called Batman.
No,
Oh, Murder Man then. So I think
Batman Slaughter.
I
Is
think
what that is.
the legit only thing that we probably all have a bit of an issue with, although I think Matt hates it the most. I think
Is
Connor hates it a fair amount. I dislike it.
I wouldn't say I hate it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I hate it either. I like the visual and I like the message. My only complaint about it is that the way it's presented as a cliffhanger, like we're supposed to think this is
It
a
just feels
possibility.
hokey, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas So the last page. So Bruce is taking Gotham Girl down into the cave to start her treatment or whatever, and they go down there and they find what looks like the bodies of Dick, Jason, and Damien. Yeah, I was looking at. I was like, he looks really tall for Damien. Maybe he's grown up. He's 13 now. He's getting big.
I don't know. The thing is, his head's at the same height because it's hanging, but his feet are a lot higher up.
True. He looks bigger than they used to, though. But I think of Damien as being
here's my thing.
Little munchkin.
If Bane had done this, there's no way Damien would be in one piece. Because that little guy, I don't care how much venom Bane's on, he ain't stopping until he's missing limbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all three of them are hanging from the ceiling, from the seas, and it's written on their chest, I on one, Am on the other, and then Bane on the last one. So he's sort of announcing his entrance. Now, so there's one of two possibilities here, really, right? Either it's not really them, it's just like a message and they've just been made to look like them, or it is them, but they're not dead, and it's, again, a message.
You're missing a key part here.
Yes.
It's from the Psycho Pirate's mask. It brings out the emotions.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, okay, sure.
And this is his biggest worry right now, and he's taking Gotham Girl in there. That's why I don't buy it as the cliffhanger. Because the first page of the next issue is going to be, the mask is affecting me.
I get that, and I feel the same way. It's like, yeah, it's going to be resolved in one page, and it's something that I've kind of gotten used to, especially on this double shipping.
All right.
Hold on, let Pete have his moment.
Okay, first of all, I feel silly for not thinking of that. That's actually quite good. Secondly, that actually completely resolves my issue then of it being a cliffhanger. I don't mind that being the cliffhanger now if that's what the resolution is going to be.
Well, this is where I am. It's like I don't mind it because it's just that's how these comics are at the minute. But it still annoys me a little bit that it has to be treated like a cliffhanger.
I think it is very typical. I don't feel like this is worse than, say, a lot of other cliffhangers I've read in comic books over.
It's not, but I feel like we point out that they're annoying every time these happen. So I'm going to point out on this one as well. It's only fair.
See, I put it up there with the Alfred shooting on the plane in All-Star.
I think that was worse.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, I think that was worse.
I think to me it's on the same level because I'm just like.
I think that and then
nothing's gonna come from this.
I think that and then the cliffhanger at the end of the second issue or the third, whatever the one was in the mansion,
the cave,
yeah. Those two I think are way worse than this. This one at least has some emotional weight to it. This has some.
No, do you know what makes this better on a much more simple level? Matt has already told us like why this is. You already know what it is. It's the
set up for it.
Yeah, the setup, and there's a clear reason of what it's going to be. Yes, it's going to be resolved in half a page, but
it's not out of nowhere. Yeah,
it's not out of nowhere. There is something for it. It's just a story beat. If this was in the trade, you wouldn't even think about it. Whereas with the Alfred one in All Star, it's just there for the sake of it. Whereas
it's there for shock. Yeah.
This is there for the shock value of the final page for anyone who doesn't put it together, but there is a clear resolution, whereas that one didn't have one, which is why it was worse.
Well, I just like the way that they telegraphed the mask. It's right there in the page before, and it has like that glowing aura to it. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's a good cliffhanger. Where's at the emotional level?
Where's the mask in the page before?
There was a page. Maybe it was a couple pages before, but it's when they're talking about Gotham Girl, and it has.
And the mansion.
He has the mask. Yeah. Please don't. I did read this late at night. Please don't tell me I made that up.
I don't see any of the pages in the mansion. I'm looking through them right now. I don't see it.
Oh man.
See, this is why I didn't get this idea, right? I'm not just a moron.
Well, I thought it was possible because that's where he was going anyway.
Yeah, I get why it's a possibility, and I actually quite like it.
And like dialogue-wise, that's what they were talking about on the pages before, taking it there down to it.
Yeah.
But I gotta find this now.
I'm looking, and I'm not seeing this mask anywhere.
I'm getting the digital issue up. I gotta find it now. You guys carry on.
Well, we're kind of wrapping up anyway because that's the end of the issue. I will say this though, unlike the Alfred thing as well, I think this at least makes for a cool visual. Like at the very least, you turn the page and it's like, that is pure visual storytelling. Whereas the Alfred one, it was a speech bubble that told us what was going on.
And like I said, I still don't really like it because it is just there for the the shock value of this issue. But as soon as you get to the next one, it's completely irrelevant.
Yeah, that's why I don't get pissed about cliffhangers unless it's one like that All-Star Batman one where it just feels like it's not justified.
Yeah. Well, I'm not pissed. It's annoying every time that they feel like they have to have it because they have to have something to end an issue on like this, and I'm tired of that, I think.
Yeah.
But overall, I really like this issue. I like I like the start. I think it's nice to have those silent pages. Finch getting to prove himself to that his return.
I agree.
With a bit of action because he doesn't really get that anywhere else.
I think the silent. I like a nice silent start to an issue. It just draws you in, sets the mood because it's all art, and then it lets you get to the meat of the story later. And Matt is frantically searching through this entire book.
What? Oh man, I imagine this thing.
Yeah, honestly,
I remember
Matt,
seeing a mask.
I don't think I remember seeing it in the entire issue. Never mind the end. But I could be wrong about that. I'm not going to put any money on that.
Well, if it wasn't at the end, it'd be at the start, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not there. So where did I get this from?
Well, it looks like Psycho Pirate's putting stuff in your head as well.
No more Batman before bed. That's the lesson to be learned. Because usually I hold off this book until relatively late in the week. But being that we didn't have much to read, I made it one of the first ones so I could be part of the conversation in Mild Fuzz. So, I read through it maybe Wednesday night. And I remember seeing that mask.
Yeah, I read it. I read it super early, so I think I was tired as well. So I loved it when I got to the last page. I immediately went, "Oh, obviously this is fake," but I never went to it's a vision from Psycho Pirate's mask. I just went to, "Oh, they're either not real."
That was the deep recesses of my DC knowledge going. Yeah, the mask is there. You just don't see it.
Yeah,
you got this. You go to sleep. Don't worry about it.
How stupid are we all going to feel if next issue? Oh no, all three of them are dead. That's just the new status quo.
Well, the fact that it would affect multiple of books that I like, not so much the Jason one.
I know. What about poor Connor?
Nightwing, Super Sons, Nightwing, Super Sons, like
Red Hood.
The stuff in Batgirl where Nightwing shows up.
Red Hood. Oh dear. Anything else on Batman before we move on, fellas?
No.
I'm surprised how positive Matt is again on this. I
It's
was
nice.
expecting, even though it is a change of pace and it is different to.
Well, it's better than. Yeah, it's better than what I have been reading, and I like when you get the dynamic of
constant.
that family.
See the salt that comes from Matt when he has to mention the past issues. When I've been really enjoying the past issues, I've actually grown to really love King's Arc. I've been really getting into it ever since I Am Suicide. I've loved the last 7-8 issues of this.
I actually preferred the first arc over I Am Suicide.
Well, that just shows how diverse the opinions are, and we're not all the same, and that's good for discussion.
Yeah, but overall, King's killing it.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying King stuff now. I think I like Detective more, but I think Batman's given me something very different to Detective, and I appreciate having both of them.